All right, let's do this. Sweet. Hey, what's good? What's good? Welcome, welcome. All right, what do we got here? Wow. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. So today we're going to be working on a recipe that was a request from a viewer. This goes out to Lynn. So today we're going to be making some crab rangoon done in a spring roll wrapper, because I think that'll be pretty nice. Yeah, so let's get into it. I'm going to do a crab rangoon. So it's going to be like salty, savory, as well as I'm going to do a nice Japanese salad to go with it for tonight. Okay, so right now we're going to go ahead and start with just a little bit of this crab. Actually, no, I'm going to start with my cream cheese just to get that out of the way right now. So I'm going to use like room temperature softened cream cheese, the spreadable kind. If you guys have never used spreadable, this is just kind of easier to deal with, so you don't have to like spend a lot of time breaking it down, more or less. And this will save you time in the long run. So I'm going to go with roughly, what are these? Half. So these are a cup each. I'm going to go with a cup and a half worth of cream cheese, give or take. How many spring rolls do I got? Well, actually, I'm just going to go with just the 2 cups of cream cheese. Screw it. Okay. Who do we got here? Welcome, everybody. If you guys are just joining right now, I'm working on crab rangoon as our main protein and carb tonight. Okay, and I'm going to be serving that with a nice, fresh Japanese salad. So it's going to be with that ponzu citrus type of salad dressing, and some fresh veg. I've been on a yeah. You're at work. What do you mean you're at work? It's fine. We all have to work. Absolutely, yeah. It should be like zesty-ish. It should be more citrusy, has hints of sesame and fresh vegetable, stuff like that, right? So it's just going to be a simple salad to go on the side. But our main focus today will just be the crab rangoon to start with. So I have in the bowl, it's 2 cups of cream cheese, more or less softened. I'm going to have to soften it with my hands. Yeah. And then right here I have, it's an imitation crab. So what this is pollock, wild Alaska pollock. And I found because again, I live in Alberta. So getting crab here is both expensive and not great. The quality of, when you're in like a landlocked space, like you can get fresh crab, but it's going to cost you like a crazy arm and a leg, as well as it's going to be like farm raised. So you're not going to get like the best of the best. But if you are in like places like the, what do you call it, like the West Coast, East Coast, places that can actually get things like oceanside crab or blue shell crab, anything like that, by all means, go with that. So I'm going to go with roughly about a pound of crab to go with this as well, because I'm going to plan on trying to make a few spring rolls, because I know the person that I'm making this for, again, this is a crab rangoon that was requested by a viewer. She's also local to me, so we're going to make sure that she gets some of this for tomorrow. Okay, and then I'm thinking of, for dessert, I'm not really quite sure what I want to do for dessert, but I might do like a champorado. She's just on her way home. Yeah, I might do like a Filipino, like a rice porridge or rice pudding. That is mostly just like chocolate based, and then I might hit it with a bit of like Skor bar crumble to finish it on top, which I think would be really, really nice as an addition. Okay. So in the bowl, I got the 2 cups cream cheese. I got 1 pound of crab to go in there. And essentially, it's a crab rangoon is very simple, very fresh. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hit it with a few other things, like a little bit of lemon juice, green onions, which I should go get right now. Okay, let's just grab some of these guys right here. a good way to manage your green onions, because I know a lot of people have a hard time with it like being together, but it's also when you're trying to put it and cut it to, as a whole, it then starts to split. The easiest way to actually maintain it staying together is a lot of the time it'll just come in an elastic band. So give it a quick rinse and all that stuff, but keep the elastic bands on. This will actually make it easier for you to deal with the green onions from actually like falling all over the cutting board and all that stuff. Okay. So I'm just going to give this a quick cut. I'm going to do roughly about a cup of fine cut green onions, just because I want that, because it's about a pound now, maybe a pound and a half worth of ingredient here. So I need this green onion to shine through quite a bit, offsetting the savoriness of the both the crab and the cream cheese. Cheem crease. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna probably cut up the majority of this, and then it's always good to go right into your whites of your green onions as well, just because the greens, the green part, like so the tip ends of the green onion itself, very good flavor, but I found the whites is has a little bit more density to it, more flavor, more spice of the green onion flavor. So it's always good to be able to slap in a little bit of that, increasing the overall. Okay. Boom, just like that. I'm gonna just retain this guy for now. Bernard, thank you so much. I kind of know what I'm doing. I wouldn't say I know what I'm doing all the time, but anybody that's been following this these lives know that when it comes to cooking food, more or less, I know what I'm kind of doing theoretically. When it comes to baking, so everything I do is generally theoretical. What else we got here? Mick, welcome, dude. Hey, I appreciate it, man. What kind of food do you like cooking, Bernard? Mick, right now, what I'm working on right now is just a simple crab rangoon. I'm not going to put them in dumpling wrappers today. I was thinking about doing it instead in spring roll wraps, because I think that'll be a really nice addition to a Japanese salad that I'm making. It's not really a Japanese salad per se, but it's just going to be like a fresh... what do you call it? Just like a fresh, citrusy kind of vegetable salad with a bit of Japanese dressing that I got. Yeah, crab. Hey, right on, dude. Yeah, but just so you know, it's not real crab. It's what do you call it? Atlantic pollock. But still good, still high flavor. But you get more density out of it because, again, I'm from Calgary, Alberta. When you're landlocked, crab here ain't good. So I'll just pretty much take anything that's like crab flavored. As well as if you do the crab flavored pollock, it's a bit cheaper. So if you're going to try to do this on a budget, everything kind of just, it helps retain that kind of cash point. You know what I'm saying? Italian French fusion, dope, man. Yeah, I'm classically French trained. I don't really do a lot of French food nowadays. I do a lot of like Amero Asian kind of stuff because I really like dank types of food. So a lot of things that are like generally deep fried, stuff like that. Yeah. What kind of out there? What kind of foods are you guys into? I'm gonna set a really quick poll for you guys and see what you guys are saying. So the question I have for you guys will be, where is it? Nope, that's not what I'm trying to do here. Text poll. Yeah, that's the one. What is your favorite comfort foods? This poll is gonna be up for 4 minutes. Let me know. Welcome, everybody. Dinagon and Cheetos. Hey, yo. Hey, the Batman. What up, dude? Welcome back. I appreciate you for joining us, man. How are you today? I hope you're having a stellar, strong start to your week. Solid-ass Tuesday. Mac and cheese. Ooh, yeah, I love me a mac and cheese, dude. Love a mac and cheese. And welcome, everybody that's actually in here. Anybody that's new to this live. We're just cooking food out here. I'm doing crab rangoon on Nanners. I know for a fact you love pasta, girl. I'm doing a simple crab rangoon in a spring roll wrapper. So we're going to give those a quick fry. I'm going to do a really nice, simple Japanese style What is the name of your pastry? I'm not doing a pastry today. I'm doing a crab rangoon in a spring roll wrapper. Rice, meat, and eggs. God dang, that's delicious. Yeah, it should be pretty good. So in the thing, I have just your green onions, your cream cheese, and your crab. So I'm just going to go ahead and start adding just a couple extra spices to give this a little bit of life. So in this thing, I'm just gonna just add a little bit of this, like just a touch of the. This is called a Chu Chow style chili crisp oil. So it's just chili crisp essentially, but the oil in it will help spread out this nice kind of savoriness, as well as it has a good amount of not just chili, but has like oil and like MSG umami kind of flavor that will just help attach itself to other flavors in it. Fave spot to eat in Calgary, Shokunin. You know what's funny about Shokunin is I helped Darren open that place when it started. Really good spot. Amazing ramen, as well as Darren as a chef. He's an amazing talent, insanely talented. Ghost Girl, welcome. Roxanne, welcome. How are you guys today? Yeah, it should be relatively nice, I think, tonight. Okay. Okay, and I got a little bit of this ground up ginger paste, so I'm going to throw a little bit of that guy into there as well. Nothing too overwhelming. And then also the lemons we have are super expensive for no reason right now. We're in that part of the season, so I just bought this. It's the same price. It's this lemon concentrate. I'm just going to give it a quick splash. Obviously, fresh lemons are always better. Roxanne, I'm from Calgary, Alberta. Obviously, hey, Saskatchewan. Caitlin, how you doing? How's the weather out there? Favorite sushi? I couldn't tell you. Just give it a couple splashes. Add some citrus. I like anything that's like a maki, anything that has like the rice on the outside and the sushi on the inside. So any combination of stuff that goes into that, I think I'm a bigger fan of, for sure. +1, yeah, dude. We're at +5 today. I was like super stoked when I went outside. Negi toro, yo, those are fire. That's a great dish. Yeah, that -50 was crazy. Did anyone else like from Canada here like have their face like it was like on fire but ice cold? You know what I'm saying? All right, so I need soy sauce. Okay, so in this, we're just going to hit it with a good splash of soy sauce. I found soy sauce and crab is also a great flavor profiler. It gives it a nice deep overall flavor without adding a crazy amount of sodium. Obviously, don't go overboard with your soy sauces if you're going to make this kind of recipe, because the salt also is kind of existent in the crab and in the cream cheese as well. So it's always about containing and kind of controlling your sodium. -20 in Toronto. Yeah, it was kind of, yo, Bernard, I'll be real. Like, remember, did you guys see like videos of like Vancouver? Like, it's the same thing. Like, they got like this much snow and no one has snow tires. So they just be slipping and crashing into everything. And Vancouver's full of hills. So it's like, I dig it, man. Mick, I have a similar, what do you call it? I have a similar thing. It's FU I'm Eating on Instagram as well, where I just post like other dank stuff, things that I find, or when me and my wife travel, I'll be posting pictures of that stuff. Like we have pictures from Mexico, which I thought was really fire. Yeah, but I'm actually considering about doing a eventually if I create enough of a followership, I'm gonna try to do like a Patreon where we can always have recipes go up every 1 or 2 days. We can have a community built of people talking about food, encouraging each other to go on like a culinary journey. If you're new to cooking, or if you're unsure about cooking, stuff like that, where we can really help each other out, as well as higher interactivity when it comes to your food and stuff like that as well. Right, because again, it's a good place to have people congregate, chefs, cooks, normal people that just want to like learn about food, find out stuff like that. What? Yeah, but I think that'll be maybe in like a month or two. I'll try to like kind of just get into that. I think it would be a smarter idea. Um, Mick, yeah, for sure, man. Thank you so much for following. And welcome everybody that's new to this live. I appreciate you for all joining me. So on this kind of live, we just be cooking food. We talking about food. Yeah, if you guys got any questions, comments, anything like that about food, recipes, restaurant culture, all that. I'm hungry. Iron Maiden fan, what's good, man? Yo, biryani, I think I might do that for sure. I love Indian rices just because, again, for economical costing and high flavor profiles, you can make a lot of it for really cheap. Yeah, I've always enjoyed, and it should never be super complicated either. And I totally agree with you. Iron Maiden, I am making crab rangoon in spring roll wrappers that I'm going to fry up. I'm going to do a simple, what do you call it? I'm going to do a simple Japanese type salad with a nice Japanese dressing over top of that. And I think for dessert, I'm going to do like a slightly warm champorado, like a Filipino champorado, which is rice pudding or porridge with chocolate. And I'm probably going to hit it with some Skor bar crumble on top just to give it some extra texture and that caramel flavor. Hyderabadi chicken biryani. Ooh, I'll look into that. Because again, I worked with a lot of Indian guys in my time in kitchens, but at the same time, lumpia one day, I can definitely do a lumpia. Because I might get onto the train of doing a bit of like spring roll wrapper type stuff. Recipes high in protein. Yo, hey, Iron Maiden, hit me up in the DMs. I can give you a few recipes for a couple like high protein ideas that I have that are both cost effective, flavorful, but should give you the protein intake that you're looking for on a daily. Chopper. Hey man, if you're Filipino, you know what I'm saying. We all grew up with that kind of stuff, bro. Okay, and then to finish off the spices, I'm gonna hit it with some dark sesame oil. It does seem like I'm gonna add a lot, but with the dark sesame, with the dark sesame profile, it'll actually be it'll make it like more rich, if that makes sense. Zen, I appreciate you, man. I really do. Ilocano. Hey, I haven't. Is that a food? I'm not like the most Filipino person on the planet. So like, Ilocano is either you're either speaking about a language or you're speaking about a type of food. If it's a type of food, I've probably seen it. I just don't know what it's called. Oh, you're starting to hit the gym? Oh yeah, dude. Big, fat, slim. No, I don't speak Tagalog anymore. Unfortunately, I grew up here in Calgary, so when I was here in the 90s, there wasn't a lot of Filipinos. Right? Everyone spoke English, so I had to follow suit, unfortunately. Yeah, dude, this should be really, really nice. I don't have any gloves, so I'm actually just gonna mix it with my hands. I'm just gonna give my hands a quick wash. Yeah, because I know how the internet be, and if you don't wash your hands, man, you're gonna get just eaten alive by people on here. Uh, well, it wasn't really necessarily a memory wipe. My parents, it was like more their decision. It was easier for me to get along with other kids. If they also, because also if they spoke English to me, they'd learn English better. So it was kind of like a full circle kind of thing. Lumpia Shanghai. Oh yeah. Hey, you know what? Yo, hit me in the DMs to give me a reminder. I will definitely do a lumpia Shanghai. I have a really great recipe for that. I think though, everyone that grew up around any type of Filipino, if you know, yeah, if you know the swear words, you're kind of in. You know what I'm saying? Yo, hey, Zen. Yo, hit me in the DMs, brother. I do, because again, I'm gonna be trying to release a cookbook by the end of the year. Again, to go with the Patreon stuff, and what I do specialize in is struggle meals. So I can definitely take care of you. I have a few ideas for you. It really kind of depends on what you're into. If you have, oh man, panda salad is just one of my favorite things on the planet. I've always wanted to try crab rangoon. Hey, yeah, it's not something I've had too often, but at the same time, when I've had it, it's been amazing. So, yeah, you can definitely smell it has a good amount of citrus in it. It has a good amount of the sesame oil, so you're getting a good nutty kind of a flavor profile, or a scent profile, sorry. And overall, this should actually be really nice. Yeah, definitely. Especially when you try other people's, like, other countries' food. Like, I just got into, like, many years ago, I discovered, like, Ethiopian foods. Oh my god. And when me and my wife went on our honeymoon, we went to Thailand, really indulged ourselves in that culture's food. And, like, you know, we eat from the street stalls, which is just insane. Yeah, panda salad is so fire. Sinigang, amazing. There's a good spot here in the city that does an amazing sinigang. Well, Mick, I really appreciate you, man, because, like, at the end of the day, I really wanted to, like, kind of add value to what I'm doing here, because, you know, you do see people just sitting talking. By all means, they can, you know, that's their thing. I've been cooking for about 25 years now. I mean, I've been cooking since I was a kid, but professionally for about 25 years. Okay, so let that just sit for a second, and then I'm going to get on to my spring roll wraps. I got to get those separated. Okay. What's that, honey?
If you say that one more time, I'll faint.
All right, so let's get the thing cleared off. Boom. And then I'll get the wrap started here. So, if anybody's dealt with spring roll wrappers, at least what Filipinos and, like, my Chinese homies and all them that deal with spring roll wraps, what you will find is that these things, it's easier to deal with them by just splitting them up ahead of time, and then doing that thing. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna start with this many. I think that's roughly like 15-ish. So that should give me enough to have two proportions. So when you're dealing with them, just peel slow. And then when you get down to the center at the end, just pull through the middle. This is literally just the easiest. Lynn, how are you? So dedicated to you because of request, we are doing crab rangoon. In the mixture, I have the mix right here. And instead of doing it in dumplings, I'm actually going to do it in spring roll wraps. Just because I thought doing it on spring roll would be much easier, much nicer. Okay. And then, of course, like, if you're getting hard, if it's like a hard, it's getting harder to peel it off the top, take out chunks. So, like, take out chunks of like 2 or 4, and then it's actually becomes easier because the layers actually loosen up as they get thinner, right? So make it easy on yourself. Don't do anything too complicated. Yeah. Sorry, guys. This won't be the most interesting part of the stream because just because, yeah, separating out. This is the monotonous stuff that comes to doing prep, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah. Welcome, everybody else that's new. I appreciate you guys for joining us. If you guys are new here, I'm just trying to make some food. I'm right now doing some crab rangoon on spring roll wraps. I'm going to be doing a nice, simple Japanese based salad with kind of like a ponzu sesame dressing. And I might do a champurrado, Filipino champurrado. That's a rice porridge with chocolate and a little bit of Skor bars for dessert. And if you guys do have a moment to go ahead and hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it, because the more likes I get helps me in the algorithm, gets me in front of people like yourselves. You know what I mean? So I get to meet other like-minded people who love food. Okay, so Iron Maiden, that what's going in the Rangoon right now is I have some crab meat, but it's basically just Alaskan pollock that's crab flavored, which is a little bit cheaper. But still has high amounts of flavor, which is really, really nice. There's green onion, there's so it's crab, green onion, and cream cheese, as well as then I put sesame oil, a little bit of lemon juice or lemon concentrate, a little bit of soy sauce. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just like keep it really, really simple overall. Oh, and I did put a little bit of chili crunch in there, just so it has a little bit of zip once you give it a quick fry. Yeah, the Skor bars is really fire too, because I found these really kick-ass. It's in the chocolate chip part of the aisle where like you can actually get the center part of the Skor bar that's broken up into little teeny tiny pieces. Oh, that's right, ginger as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, because again, it's an Asian-based. What do you call it? Asian-based dish. So I thought it'd be appropriate to throw a little bit of ginger, as well as that ginger gives off a really great amount of savory in the dish as well. Okay, so I have this many. I might actually just exceed it, so I can actually just go ahead and freeze some later. To be honest with you, I haven't even tried the Panda Express Crab Rangoon. I heard it's fire though. The Sinigang place. Okay, so there is a spot. If you like vegetarian, my homies run a restaurant. It's called Nan's Noodle House on Edmonton Trail in the north part of the city. Amazing food there. But they also have they have great everything. And it's a multicultural or a multi-Asian based restaurant. So they deal with like mostly just Asian foods, but from everywhere in Asia. I believe there's also another Filipino restaurant. I think it's close or near to downtown. They do the Budo fight. They're known for that. Iron, hey, I'll see you in a couple minutes, brother. What? It's just wonton and cream cheese at Panda Express? What? Neptunes, how are you? Yes, at least when I was there, they might have Sinigang going for specials, but since like I know the guys there, I can usually just request it, which is really nice. Yeah, by all means, Iron Maiden, by all means, you go ahead, you pop off, brother. Neptunes, right now I'm making crab rangoon on spring roll wraps that I'm going to do a quick fry on. As well, I am doing, again, a Japanese mixed salad, something really nice, something fresh, with a bit of the Japanese dressing to go on top. Then I'm probably going to do like a quick champorado, which is a Filipino rice porridge, just for dessert. Something small, but I actually should get that started right now as well. So once I have these wrapped, that should pretty much do the thing. All right. So I'm going to leave that there. And blow. So when you're dealing with rice wraps, when you're dealing with rice wraps, you're going to just give it the quick water seal. I know people that use... do I ever cook Indian food? I do, but I don't. Like, I'm really only good at cooking. Like, I had a homeboy... my homeboy Rahat showed me how to do, like, a really good... my sous chef. She's just chilling. That's my kiddo. I'm doing well, Neptunes. How are you this evening? Seasoning a wok, to be honest with you, it's all about like the process. So you're going to cook off the plastic, add your oil, all that stuff, let it heat up. You're going to then cook off that plastic lining that's on the inside and outside of the actual pan, right? Empty out your oil, give it a quick wipe, put some more oil. You're then going to season it by like not burning it, but you're going to bring it up to temperatures till it turns blue. I'm not perfect at seasoning woks, but to be perfectly honest with you, go on YouTube. There's so many people that really know how to like do that thing with the wok where like you can crack an egg into it and it slides around. That's, to me, is like the perfect kind of seasoning. Blow. Yeah, you're going to notice I say that a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start like handballing these Rangoons. So since it had a few minutes to rest, you're going to notice that like the cream cheese is actually quite nice and it's stiffer, right? It's maintained its, what do you call it? Density. So that's always a good thing. So then when you give it a quick wrap, you're just going to go out. For all my Canadians out there, it's like kind of the same as rolling a blunt. Okay, so then you're going to fold in, boom, that, right? Make sure it's nice and taut so it doesn't just fall apart, hopefully, right? You're going to give it a bit of that water, right? And that's what you end up with, right? Something nice, something easy, all right? And of course, it's always good to not overstuff the your spring roll wraps. I know some people that really like to try to get the most out of it. Just economize. Whatever the least amount is and the most amount, just go in the middle. Just because, like... Did I go to Francis? Yes, I did. I don't know why you would know that. But yeah, it's funny because I actually live near Francis, which is funny to me. I went to St. Francis from 2000 to 2003. Okay, so then I'm just going to go like that. Boom. Give that a quick hit of the water again. So, again, this ain't going to be the most interesting part of the stream, but these are the kind of things, if you spend the time when you do... Darren McLean, hey, yeah. My thing is, it's always the long time, like the long running stuff that always takes a little bit of time, but it's always worth it. It's always worth doing 100%. Susu, thank you so much for the follow. You want to just throw it just right there? That'll be fine. Nice. When did your Mick? When did your cousins go to Francis? Pisces, welcome, dude. By all means, I do. Okay, Ty, I love me a fried bologna sandwich. You have no idea. Like a fried bologna sandwich on rye with mustard, fire. Pisces, again, welcome, dude. The filling right now, I'm doing a crab Rangoon on spring roll wrap. So I'm just made a Rangoon filling, boom. And I'm just filling up the spring rolls right now. Just so I can get these resting and so that when I fry them, they'll be nice and set. Okay. Yeah, again, not the most interesting part of the stream, but like I said, the things that take the most amount of time are always worth it. St. Francis is like, there's a bunch of St. Francis high schools. Not gonna lie, there's probably a St. Francis in like Montreal, as well as like probably in Toronto as well. Okay, boom, give that one of those. Right, another good technique is when you fold it over. Right, you can do it like a burrito where like you put it off the center, bring it up, and then smush it. Right, so then it continues holding in the center. Right, so then when you give it a quick fold, it actually is it should hold its shape, but it also is much easier to deal with. Right, plus you'll also create a nice like what do you call it? It creates a tighter environment for it to hold. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to just try to crank through all of these so it's not super boring right now. Jace, welcome from Montreal. I love me some Montreal. What kind of crab do I use? The crab I actually use, since we're in Calgary, Alberta, we're a landlocked province, and I'm using pollock. Just because it's honestly, it's a little bit cheaper. Crab right now here is going at a crazy premium. Even for the farm-raised stuff, it's not economical to use necessarily, right? I mean, we got homeboy from Mountain Mama. Oh, yeah, we got her from Nova Scotia. She knows all about there being good crab, good lobster. Same thing if you're coming from the West Coast, you can get any of that. Or from like the, what do you call it? Or from the North, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, imitation crab is just as good, and I also use it for things like if you're gonna make like sushi, sushi plates or sushi bowls, stuff like that. It's just way better because again, you're getting more volume, or you're getting more for the per pound price than you will with like a crab, right? To get the full per pound price on a real crab, you have to buy like two or three crabs, right? To me, it's not really what do you call it? It's not really like economical. But if you can get it from a place that harvests them or fishes them, you're going to get the best price per pound, 100%. Yeah, you can't hate that because again, every time if I've gone to the East Coast, gone to Newfoundland or something like that, lobster, man, 100%. Sequest crab meat in the grocery store. To be honest, is that the frozen item? $15 plus a pound? Yeah. Woo. It must be off season because I remember, or maybe that's just the way of the times. 'Cause I remember the cost of lobster used to be a little bit cheaper, not much cheaper than that, but I think last time I was there, so going for maybe like 10 or 11 per pound, but maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, if it's that frozen stuff, it's just as good, 100%. But also, if you can't get the frozen stuff, I'm not. You can't hate. There's like this like what do you call it? It's like a silver. It's like a silver or aluminum style cryovac bag that you can find in the grocery store, or you can use crab that's tinned. All of those things will work in a recipe like this. Just because again, you're going to give it a quick deep fry and. Like the name that I have, fuck you, I'm eating. We're a non-pretentious kind of space here, you know what I'm saying? We just want the dankest good food that we can get, you know what I mean? Okay, boom. Okay. Good, yeah, my oil's nice and warm, so when I decide to fry these, we can. So again, too, when you do spring rolls, you don't have to cook them for like a crazy amount of time, just until they're crisp, right? I know some homies that love to do the like a double blanch, right? They'll cook it so the center is nice and warm and cooked all the way through, even though it's already pre-cooked for the most part. But they'll do the double blanch when they take it out. They'll give it a quick hit with like some like potato starch or some cornstarch slurry to give it that extra crisp, and then they just leave it in like a little bit of a higher fry just for a little bit longer to get that outside coating. But I don't really necessarily recommend it as such, but I know some people that are into that. No, I actually don't know much about the Filipino culinary scene in Montreal. I heard though, like Filipino food is coming up. That's been my prediction for the last going into the next 5 years. The Koreans have had their time. Japanese, Chinese have always had their time. But I think Filipino food and like things like Cambodian food or Indonesian, you're gonna see a lot more. I hope, just because. Say like trends like in Las Vegas. Las Vegas has same with LA has a lot of amazing emerging Filipino restaurants and what do they call them, food trucks, right? And that to me signifies that our food is getting out there in front of the masses. More people know about lumpia, more people know about adobo and stuff like that. Yeah, Korean restaurants are huge right now here. Can I start frying some? I'm not gonna fry some just yet. Right now I'm just trying to let these cool, or not cool. I'm trying to let these rest so that the what do you call it? The seams that I put together with the water, they set, and that it kind of helps guarantee that I don't get a break during the frying method. How many wow chick? Yo, bro. Yeah, yeah. There's so many, but there's also if you think about Korean fried chicken, there's so many good spots. I think there's one also that's an American company that came out of like Los Angeles. They're the BBQ chicken, yeah, or something like that. But I know they're on Center Street and 12th or closer to 12th, where that Starbucks used to be or is. Now it's restaurants. Yeah, you're right, Lynn. Yeah, man, definitely, man. There's so many. Seoul fried chicken on 4th Street. Ooh, yeah, that spot's real good. Yeah, that's it. Used to go to the BBQ chicken. BBQ chicken is the one that's on Center Street, right? Okay. I'm almost through a few of these. So I think I might reserve the rest for later because I might actually use this for something else. So I'll start with these. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, okay, cool. So I have like a deck of spring rolls. Motherfucking bam. Here we go. Okay, I'm just going to put these to the side for now. Let that do its thing. Okay, I'm going to put these back into the container so they don't dry out. Also, important fact about spring roll wraps, they do dry out insanely fast. So it's always good to just have these back into their, keep them in their bag, like in the thing that they came in, until you really need them. And then when you're using them, separate them really quickly and then kind of deal with them as you go. All right. So this, I'm just going to just break this down into a 1 liter. Anyone that definitely follows the live know that in like most professional places, restaurants, all that stuff, I am addicted to using my 1 liter containers. Again, when you have it filled to the brim, it's almost a guaranteed full liter of anything that you're going to put in there. On top of, you can buy something like 35 or 50 of these by the sleeve, and it'll only cost you $35. They're washable, reusable, disposable when you need to get rid of them, but they're better and easier than buying. What else can you use that mixture for? Okay, so check this out. So the crab is already cooked, right? The cream cheese is also in there. I put the green onions and like a little bit of the seasonings that are all in there as well. Sapporo, how are you? So what's in the mixture is it's Alaskan pollock, which is crab flavored. It is cream cheese. So it's 2 cups cream cheese, 1 pound of the crab or the faux crab, some green onions, roughly about a cup worth of that, some sesame oil, some crispy chili, some ginger, a little bit of lemon juice. Yeah. And I think I'm missing something in there. But yeah, that's pretty much the mix overall. But what you have you can definitely do a ravioli with it, 100%. What I would do if you're going to do ravioli is take maybe like an egg yolk or 2 and mix that in as well so that it has like a souffles and creates a binding. What I was thinking is that you can probably take this idea, this topping right here, and then cook up some sushi rice. Right? Then you get your sushi rice, cool it down until it's like fluffy, all that stuff. Put it into a bowl, throw this bad boy on top, and then you do a reduction of teriyaki sauce and pineapple juice. Reduce it all the way down, right? Add a little bit of, I don't know, you can add some chili paste or something like that, sriracha, something, give it a little bit of spice, right? On top of the thing. So basically you have like a poke or like a sushi type bowl. And then you would top that with like some fresh cucumber, some fresh tomato, right? A little bit of sauce to go on top of that, some fresh sesame seeds. I think it would be real fire. Right? So again, it's always good to have a little bit of extra. I mean, if you have extra, you also have time, or sorry, if you have extra, you have the chance to now experiment, right? Why not? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the salad that I'm preparing. I won't need this bad boy right here. Actually, I'll throw this right here. All right. Okay, so for the salad, I was thinking. So for basic salads, what I like to do is do things like premix salads, and this just solely is just because this is my experience in restaurants. Okay, so for the salad, I really want it to be very veg forward. I've been doing a lot of deep fried things, really rich things. Lynn, yeah, sushi bake, 100% what you can use with that. So, I actually used to be a chef or a sous chef the last about 18 years. I was a cook when I started, obviously, but I started as a dishwasher when I was 13. Okay, and also thank you so much for the follow, Purple Fox as well. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you guys. Yo, hey, welcome anybody that's new to this stream. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Yo, so today again, for the people that are here, you guys know what I'm cooking. For anyone that's not, I'm cooking crab rangoon and spring roll wraps. I'm also now starting on a nice fresh Japanese style salad, or like a tossed salad that's going to go with those spring roll wraps. And I think I'm also going to be doing a quick champorado, which is a Filipino chocolate rice porridge for dinner. I'm probably going to finish it with a bit of like, you know, some Skor bar, maybe some caramel if I have it. Hey, Pisces, I really appreciate you guys for saying that. That's so nice of you. You would watch this cook. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I really do.
People know. People know.
Well, I appreciate it. That's so nice to say. Okay, so in like some just warm water that came out of my tap, I'm just defrosting a little bit of edamame beans and those what do you call it, sweet peach corn, or like the I don't know what this is called. It's like sweet corn, basically. It's just a really nice crunchy corn niblets. I'm just gonna leave that on the side for now. Okay. Thank you, Jace. I really appreciate you for saying that, man. Jordan, welcome. I appreciate you for joining me. I'm from here in Calgary, Alberta. Okay, so I have these defrosting. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and start with a little bit of veg prep. So for this, it's just going to be iceberg lettuce, which I think is a really great base for any kind of salad. Again, what I like about salads is that after working in fine dine for so long and working for so many, I don't like to say it, but very pretentious guys. Here's the thing. You don't have to use bitter greens and butter leaf and all those really high-end lettuces for everything. Right? There's a time and a place for all those ingredients. And I feel for this kind of salad, I'm just going to go with iceberg because it has a really nice, good crunch to it. Overall flavor is not super bitter because it doesn't really lean on the bitterness of the lettuce in this case to... Yeah, it doesn't lean too much on the necessity of the bitterness. It's going to be rounded out with the other categoric flavors. I'm going to wash the lettuce in a second. I actually cut the lettuce before I wash it. What do we call it? Yeah, it's going to lean on like the other flavors, like other vegetables, to really give you that more...
Pisces wants to know what knives you use.
I use shun knives. Yeah, but these are the treated steel, so you could just use a, what do you call it? You can use a sharpening tong or something like that to actually give it a nice good edge, right? But if you use the shuns that are the untreated steel, you have to take care of them, but they keep their blade amazing. I'm a huge fan of shuns. Chief Fridge Officer, welcome. I appreciate you for joining, man. Welcome here. Hey, I appreciate the follow as well. Yeah, so I'm just going to cut this guy up into like just small... overall slices. I might not do squares. I might just do it just give it a quick slice, just so it's kind of rough, and as well as when you put it directly onto the plate after tossing a little dressing in, it'll add volume. Okay. Yeah, that should be good for now to do at least 2 plates. Gemini, welcome. Right now I'm making some crab rangoon on spring roll wraps. Okay, so I have those prepared right now. I was just wrapping those up just earlier, as well as now I'm working on a very nice Japanese type of fresh salad with the Japanese dressing that I'm going to do. It's going to be sesame. It's going to be a little bit of citrus. It's going to be very nice. Pisces, there's nothing wrong with being a home chef. As long as you're out there, you're trying things, trying new foods, getting your flavor profile up there. That's always what matters. Yes, it is. It's going, because again, the crab rangoon is going to be very rich, very creamy, and very savory forward, as well as it's deep fried. So I wanted something that will kind of cut it with like a fresh, what do you call it? Spring roll wraps, No, they are not different. Rice paper is it's like those if I'm not mistaken, it is those Vietnamese salad roll kind of wraps. That's a rice paper, whereas the spring roll wraps is what you see predominantly in like not egg rolls, but like spring rolls at Chinese places. Honestly, if you got rice paper though, make some salad rolls. You can do all sorts of really cool. You can also take them and deep fry them technically, and then get them crispy, crush them up, right? Season them. You can throw them on top of like other salads, things like that as well. Adult taste buds. Hey, yo, spicy kimchi is amazing, dude. Yeah, I mean, you could do up spring rolls and then deep fry them. Just because they're gluten free doesn't mean that they're not going to be good, right? It's all going to be Sapporo. Thank you so much for the like and live follow. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's not going to be good. It just means it's going to be a little bit different. The crust on the outside is going to be just a little bit more puffy because, again, rice paper deep fries in a different way, but it's just as good. It's very nice. I do highly recommend if you're going to deep fry with your spring roll wrap, give it a quick, small coating, a very thin coating of like something like cornstarch slurry or potato starch slurry, and that'll give you a much crispier, airier finished product. Okay, I'm just going to give my lettuce a quick wash. Okay, and then I'm going to let that just drain out as I cut the rest of my vegetables. Okay, so what I was thinking too is I wanted a really well-rounded kind of salad. So with I have like my nice crunchier and sweeter product right here. In this, I kind of wanted to add some other notes of flavor. So I really wanted to maintain texture as well as like the watery content that's also crispiness, right? So what I'm thinking is I have some washed celery really quick, and then I got some pepper and tomato. Those would be like a base ingredient as well as this cucumber right here. I'm going to start with those. So for the celery, what I'm thinking is flat out, I'm just going to cut like that. Just do it nice and thin so that when it hits the salad, everything is like pretty uniform overall.
Lettuce comment.
The comment.
People not washing their rice.
Hey, it depends. Because sometimes you get that pre-wash lettuce. Some people go with that. To be perfectly honest, you should kind of wash your lettuce. I mean, I do know some people who also don't, just because it's easier to. But I got used to like cutting all of it, pretty like in large volume, and then you just wash that, drain it out, run it through your spinner, things like that. But at the same time, it's just easier to just. It takes a couple seconds, right? You do your lettuce. Well, that's the thing though, is that pre-washed lettuce isn't washed, and the thing is, like, sometimes it's also pre-bagged at the store, and they don't care. They're just running it through, what do you call it? Just a sink, and the sink can be dirty as hell. So, I'd rather not mess with it. But at the same time, I've seen a lot of like, if you get like locally sourced stuff, or you get stuff that's like mid-season, like in the summer, you can see the dirt in it. Is what I'm saying. So it's not a big deal. Play some tunes in the back. If I play tunes, unfortunately, it's going to, because I'm also going to be using my fan, so then the speaker gets kind of overblown eventually. As well as I don't want a copyright strike. Yeah, and my little girl's got Bluey in the background. Hey, Mick, I appreciate you, man. Some days I don't even notice. You just kind of you kind of just doing it, right? Doing the motions. So again, I'm not blasting through all of my vegetables. I'm just kind of try to stretch out what I can to kind of really make a really nice, vibrant salad overall. Let's see, I'm just going to do that. What's a good size? I guess I'll go with some really quick wedges. Yeah, why not? Okay. Yeah. Oil's nice and warm, so that's good to go ahead on it. So the thing about when you do like Japanese salads, or when you do any salad that involves tomatoes, do not take out your seeds. Okay, I know a lot of guys that like to they'll take it and start coring out their seeds, stuff like that. You're literally losing like umami that can, or savory flavors. Tufike, I appreciate you for the follow. Thank you so much. Welcome. I use vegetable oil, or is it canola oil? It is vegetable oil. Yeah, for the spring rolls, and it's good because it's a medium, or it's a very general. Tyrese, thank you for the follow. Jen B, thank you again for the follow. Yeah, so canola oil or vegetable oil, stuff like that, they all have a really good general smoke point, which is really nice. It's true. Because again, when it comes to tomatoes, I like, if you keep the seeds in, that's where a lot of like, again, when it mixes with the thing as a whole, that's where a lot of the savory flavor comes from, right? That adds into what you're mixing in, and when you let it sit, right? So that's, to me, is a super important facet. So let's just do like stuff at the angle. Not a big deal. Jordan, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. And welcome anybody that's new to the live. I appreciate you guys for joining me tonight. I hope your Tuesday is going really well. Again, for the people that are new, I am just making some crab Rangoon spring rolls. I'm doing a nice, fresh Japanese salad. Any horror? I might get into that. I'm making a nice, fresh Japanese salad, and then I'm going to hit it with a nice sesame and ponzu Goma dressing. That's like a Japanese thing that I purchased. I would make my own dressing, but I don't have you call it like an immersion blender just yet. So I'm just waiting to get that in my hands as well. So in the salad, I've actually cut up and thinly sliced, generally speaking, is some nice yellow peppers, some celery, some tomatoes. Right now I'm going to be cutting up a little bit of this cucumber. Throw that there for now. It's in half. Yeah. And then I'm probably going to throw in a little bit of green onions as well. Kitchen horror stories. Yeah, my background is in culinary, but I also went to school for recording engineering. But I've been cooking pretty much my whole life because, again, it's the only art really out there that'll actually pay you. And it was generally okay to be hungover there, so it was a good environment. Top Sav, I am from here in Calgary, Alberta, sir. Okay, so for the cucumbers, we're just going to give these just the half moon kind of thing. Mix up the, mix up the shapes so that it has a little bit of texture and design, as well as general color, right? So those are nice. Boom. Throw those into the bowl. Tyrese, I kind of did. When I say grew up in a cooking family, like my parents cooked like traditional Filipino food. How would I say it? The reason I got into culinary is because I really wanted to try other types of food. So French, Polynesian, or like I was really addicted to like Chinese foods, but I really couldn't figure out how to make it or what went into making Chinese foods or other Asian ethnicities other than Filipino food. So, I mean, like my parents were really good at making like Filipino based foods, but I was just, you eat it every single day. You kind of get slowly kind of sick of it or bored of it. Not sick of it. Sorry, I don't mean to be disrespectful. But at the same time, you're the reason you become a chef is you want to go further. You want to try other things. You want to try other cuisines just because it's a big world out there, right? You might as well be trying other people's food. It's the one thing in this world that brings us all together, right? Okay, so with that, I got my cucumber sliced, boom, and I'm going to use these extra whites that I got left over from the Rangoon. I'm going to slice these bad boys off and throw those into the mix as well. Okay. Cool. Yeah, you don't need too much, nothing crazy, but just enough to give you that extra boost of flavor, savory. I'm gonna throw these back into the fridge. Culinary at Sate, yeah. Well, okay, but the thing is, like, you become a chef knowing that you're gonna lose your holidays, you're gonna lose your birthdays off, you're gonna lose weekends. That's just kind of how it is for the first like forever. Ever try Haitian food? Yes, I have tried Haitian food. Like Haitian rice is one of my favorite things on the planet. Same with African rice; it's amazing. That was green onions. Yes, 80% Filipino. What city? That's awesome. Hey, I appreciate that. Jordan, it doesn't take much, but it does take time. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm going to just put this guy right here. I'm going to drain out my edamame and my corn that I have. Okay. Okay, so I guess going back to now you want Rangoon. Oh, Rangoon and oxtail. Ooh, that'll be fire. Ooh. Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Going back to a horror story, just, I guess the one horror story that I could talk about is if you guys are from Canada, you guys and watch, like, if you guys watch the Food Network, you guys know this TV show called Chopped. I didn't compete in it, but I was in the background of an episode for it. And the guy that was one of my coworkers, he was my sous chef at the time, one of the sous chefs. He was the morning sous chef. Yeah, he didn't do too great. He lost so hard in the first round, which is the appetizer round. Christina, how are you? Welcome. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you? Uh, yeah, Nana's the Great has the photographic evidence. The problem, it's not so much that he went and competed. I always say, like, if you think you can push yourself and compete on that level, by all means. Like, I've done black box competitions here in the city at places like Earl's or Joey's, like those franchise places that do those competitions in-house. I did 4. I won 3 of them, lost very willingly to the guy on the 4th one. He was amazing, insane skills. But yeah, the problem I had with the guy that went on Chopped was that he trained for a month to do this thing, and all you heard from this guy was how much he was like, oh, I can't wait to be winning $10,000 in a month. Right? I can't wait to be $10,000 rich. I can't wait this and that. I'm more important than you, blah, 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 blah. Right? And Smoo, how are you, dude? How you doing? Yeah, and then the problem with that is, again, this is why I kind of like don't like competitive kitchens, because I believe that it just creates this egotistically driven, over cocky scenario where, and keeping in mind, I've had him as a sous chef before and he was trash then, right? He literally, like, there was like a 10-year gap where I worked with him, then did my stages at other restaurants like 3-star Michelin, all that stuff, just to travel around, see what that looked like. Came back 10 years later at another place that my buddy was opening. He happened to also be one of the 2 sous chefs. And to be honest with you, hey, I appreciate you, Smoo. Thank you so much. Yeah, a cocky chef. It's just that his level of cocky was ironic for the amount of like crap he gave me on my technique. Like he'd be one of those guys that if you flip your pan, you get a little bit of the burn from the oil. He'd immediately like switch your pan, blah, 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 right? Switch your pan, you charred your, whatever you're cooking, gnocchi or whatever, right? You charred it. It's now, it hits with like a back burn of like the oil singe flavor, stuff like that. But then on national television, he did the exact same thing on purpose. So when they were filming it, I literally was doing prep behind him. You can see me like here with my other homie here, and he's like over there on the pans, flipping, making flame on the pan, being really super dramatic about his shit. And the funnier part is that the second he flamed up his pan, I turned around while they were filming, like, hey, change your pan. And the look he gave me was hilarious. Yeah, I got other horror stories, but I'm worried that because like the guy that's there what's funnier is that he came back from the competition. They found out he didn't win. They found out he lost so miserably that they moved him to another restaurant, from sous chef to garde manger, which is salads. Because even the corporate guys, I think this role might be too hard for you, so here's salads. If you can't handle salads, what are we doing here? So he couldn't take that as an ego thing, and then he just moved back to, I think he moved back to Quebec City. So that's one of my horror stories. Right? I mean, hey, nothing wrong. You can still be an amazing chef and still work garde manger. The problem is with most egotistical people is that they like the title. They like being called like chef de partie, sous chef, executive chef, etc., etc., etc. And a lot of those guys can't take it, right? It's just a fact, right? But it's what it is, right? So you live, you learn, and the best part is it's a great experience to... What is my best dish? Okay, so I have my signature dish, which here in Canada actually sold quite well in the early 2000s, and I still use it to this day. Tina, welcome. How are you? To this day, I use it, and it's based off of Bob Bloomer's French fries, ketchup and mustard. So my thing is to do a dessert poutine, right? And however that looks, like everyone here does a dessert poutine, they don't do it the way I do it, because I have there's components that are kind of for me, as well as the food show that I was referring to was called Chopped, as well as, so now if you want like a Gordon Ramsay worthy, I have a meal that I've always made. It's hard seared onglet steak cooked to medium rare, using like a prime or cab onglet steak. Then you're going to put that on top of a bed of duck fat confit and fried potato squares, right? So super fluffy, very fragrant, ultra like rich and delicious. Then it's just charred broccolini on top of that with a hit of Maldon salt, right? Super simple, very what do you call it? Very just straightforward and rustic in its own way, but presentation is very nice, very clean, and it's one of those dishes that you can literally put on any menu that you that you take on. Homer drill. Okay, so for this, oh, that's what I want. I want a little bit of sweetness in there. So I'm already through all these. Boom. I'm gonna take these. Yeah. So I was thinking about adding a little bit of sweetness into this salad, but I think I might add that after the fact. Here, I'm actually just gonna do this. Okay. Okay. So now, since I'm almost done my salad, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to boost my temperature up to about a number 5. I don't want it to be roaring to burn the outside of the spring roll. I actually want it to be like at a medium heat where it is comfortably frying your spring rolls without it over inflating or over souffling the center. That's the biggest fear when you have spring rolls, is that it separates because you're creating steam that comes from the inside. Sakana grill? Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Delicious. Gotta love that. Oh, it is. That episode is on YouTube. That's hilarious.
That's where I got that image from.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That was OG. Sushi boats. Oh man, so good, dude. So good. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna add sweetness to this. So what I do have. Oh yeah. All right, so check these out. We got cotton candy grapes. If you guys have not tried these, you got to try these. You can have them fresh, ice cold. I highly recommend them frozen, right? So they're just like a sugar bomb from the freezer. So like they don't get ultra hard, but like when they crunch down, it's like a Slurpee. Oh man. Down and dirty fast food. That is a question. I love... Yo, these are at Superstore. They also have Moscato grapes as well, which are insane. They're so good, right? And like, look at the size of these grapes, dude. Like, they're plump, dude. Woof. Yo, a fresh, like, things like this, because this is like a mad, like, GMO type fruit, but these are super worth it. Fast and dirty fast food. Okay, so, okay, this is going to be controversial. I know that. But here in the city... All right, we have a place called CB's Drive-Thru. It's been an institutional drive-thru kind of spot for burgers. They're not the greatest burgers in the world, but they are the best combo meal you can get in the city. Better than Peter's Drive-In, better than Willie's when it was here, anything like that. But if I was to think like other fast food, man, Popeyes, like so good. Yo, hey, Chief, I highly recommend these, man. Like these are such like they are to me it's like the perfect kind of CB's poutine is just CB's with the Korean military, but he retired, him and his wife. So now it's a more relaxed spot. He's not yelling at everybody, which I kind of miss. Because remember, I went to school like just down the street from that. So we'd be at CB's all the time. And that guy would be large fried cheeseburger and just yelling at you. It was the bomb. Yeah, but their poutine is when they took on the poutine, it's always been bomb. It's always been the shit. Okay. Bam. All right, so I just gave my grapes just a quick wash. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull them off the vine, just like that. And the real secret, guys, to a really good cotton candy grape or any of those like hyper sweet grapes is that they're really good when you get them. If you leave them in your fridge for like 3 to 4 extra days till they become a little bit more plump and concentrated, that's when they're at their peak, man. It is so good. Corey, how you doing, man? I'm doing very well. Nice. Yeah, all that stuff is top tier. Yo, and hey, I want to welcome anybody that's new to the stream. I appreciate you guys for hitting me up and joining us on this live. Favorite way to cook human meat? It would probably be sous vide first, then hard seared over probably a smoker or anything like really hard coal with wood. You have to have wood because human meat is trash. So you get like their personality when you eat it. It ain't good. Corey, I am doing crab Rangoon spring rolls. I'm doing a nice light and crispy Japanese based salad. And then right now with that, I'm actually cutting up some nice cotton candy grapes. And I'm probably going to supreme a 1 or 2 blood oranges. You like yours medium rare, eh? I don't know, man. People be gamey sometimes. Let's see, dank snack, wrapping up grapes with fruit roll-up, I haven't even tried that yet. And we got like a surplus of fruit roll-ups because of my kiddo. I should actually try that. The other one I saw, it's like you do that with, is it with watermelon or mango or something? And then you hit it with like chamoy. And it's like chamoy, hot sauce, and the other powdered Mexican spice. It's supposed to be so good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and toss in a few of these grapes. Boom. Okay. And then I'm going to probably cut up a couple blood oranges just to give it that sweetness. Okay. You got to forgive me. I haven't supremed an orange in like a few years, so this is going to be a little rusty for me. Oh, look at that. Amazing. Oh, so good. Like, I love anything citrus, but like the color on this is insane. Like, look at that. That's a beautiful red. Yep, crab Rangoon and salad. And then I might not even do a dessert. We'll see. Actually, I can probably start that right now while I'm here. Because then at least I have to fry up the spring rolls. So for the salad right now, I'm just doing up a supreme of... I'm just doing up a quick supreme of the blood orange. Just to give me a little bit of that extra color. But I won't put it into the salad mix right away. I'm going to use it as like an accent or a garnish per se. Because again, I'm not going to get a lot of volume out of 2 oranges. because the skins on these are usually quite thick. So, boom, put those over there. Yeah, so when you supreme an orange, you take the skin off, right? As cleanly as you can, but what it is you're going to be cutting out these sections one at a time. That's something I used to do at a million French restaurants that I was at, right? Because the chefs are always like, oh, I'd like 4 liters of supremed oranges. You have 1 hour. Yeah, so I remember if you have like ultra sharp knives, all that stuff, these things go, you can actually do these pretty quickly. I remember I used to be able to do them rather quickly. I'm kind of slow nowadays, but overall, I think it should be still fine. Yeah. Okay. And the other secret to doing a supreme is the sharper your knife is, the less you're going to crush your orange. Like the less you're going to squeeze out the sections, right? So you're not going to get a lot of bleed from it. Okay. So yeah, so when you do your supremed orange, you're just going to look from section to section. So where the line is, you're just going to run your knife down to the middle, right? Boom. And then you're going to pull out the sections just like that. Okay. So for this, since I'm going to use it as a garnish, I'm just going to put it to the side. And the best part is you keep the juice. Like, so once you're done the orange and you have all the sections cut out, you're going to actually just go ahead and wring out the pulp and all that stuff from the orange. And you're going to keep that, and you're going to add it to your salad as your wet binder, so that when you season your lettuce and all your ingredients like this together before the dressing, it'll actually add extra flavor, some citrusiness, all that stuff. These are blood oranges. Gorgeous blood oranges. Since that is that part of the season, wherever they're grown, I think California. These are totally worth the price. All right, so easiest way to do your supremes, you can do it side to side, or since there's a seed, you come in and you go like that. Nice and clean. Right, again, right? They should look like gemstone when they come out. Boom, just like that. Right, and if it's the right and correct ripeness, they should just peel right off of the pith and the whites. Okay, so boom, pull that. Yeah, these are coming out real nice. Boom, that, and yeah, you're gonna find 1 or 2 seeds. So then again, you're stuck with a little bit of the rind. You're just gonna give that a quick squeeze, right? Save some of that juice. Right, it's not gonna be a lot because a lot of the juice is in the segments, but it's going to be really good to add that as a liquid and a binder to your crispy raw ingredient in the salad. Okay, so while this is getting done, drop that. Just put that there. While this is getting done, I'm going to do a tester. So this is the crab Rangoon spring rolls into the fryer. Yeah. We're getting a good amount of bubbling. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is searing really, really nicely, really clean. Okay. All right, so then I'm gonna just finish up doing up these supremes. Boom. Okay, just like that. Like that. Oh, that segment broke. Boom. That's there. Boom. And squeeze the rest. Okay. Perfect. Then I keep the segments. Those are going to be some of the garnish. Dry off the cutting board. Right, gotta love that. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take a good look. Hey, welcome back, Iron Maiden. How you doing, brother? Rangoons, I'm actually doing my first trial right now. Tajin Mexican spice. Sorry, but yes, Tajin. That's exactly what I was looking for. Nice. Yeah, so you're getting a little bit of color. I'm just waiting for them to get a little bit more crisp. Because again, the type of roll that it is, you do want to make sure. Doing good, man. Doing good. Yeah, you do want to make sure that it does reach the center inside lining. It's not about getting the center necessarily with the crab, because that's already cooked. It's about getting that single layer on the inside of the wrap to make sure that that's crispy when... Absinthe, hey, I appreciate you, man. Again, the reason I named that is because we're a non-judgmental, everything in. We're just going to eat kind of food culture here. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's welcome. And then we're just trying to teach food, trying to eat good food, dank stuff all around here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull that. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So now... you see that it's starting to now melt the cream cheese. You can see that there. So that's what's giving you the splatter. And if you look, we're getting all this nice, gorgeous color on the spring roll wrap. Right? Nice and crispy. So that's pretty much the length of time. So that's roughly about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop... so yeah, I'm just going to drop a bunch of those in there. And then... I'm probably just going to get a plate and then just cool them down on a plate. Just like that. As well, if you're dealing with hot oil, make sure that when you... I know a lot of people will say this. If you watch Food Network or you watch anybody dealing with deep frying anything, place the food in towards you, like closest to you. And then when you put it down away from you. Right, so the splash will go that way as opposed to coming this way. I know a lot of people make mistakes and like they just drop it in, boom, and it splashes towards them. That's a huge, it's a huge thing. I don't want y'all to get hurt if you're gonna do that. Okay. Quick stir fry using the velveting technique. Yeah, dude. Yeah, right on, man. How'd that work for you? And what kind of meat did you use? Right on, right on. Okay, so, boom, I'm going to do small bowl, couple hits of the paper towel, just like that. Then I'm also just going to reuse the paper towel that I had here, so I'm just going to put those in as well, just like that. Okay? Okay, and then I'm also just going to start a quick small champorado, just so I have a couple portions of dessert. Yeah, that'll be good. For this, I'm only going to use like maybe 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of rice. I'm going to give it a quick rinse, drain it out, and the real secret here is you wash it twice. And then you keep the water on the third go. Okay? Just like that. Boom. Yeah, you kind of want to not wash off all the starch. That's like super important. Oh yeah, so we're almost there. Almost there. And also another good important point, guys, is that if you're going to do any type of deep frying, do not overfill the pan. Not just for the boil over, stuff like that. Beef. Yeah, dude. Plans for dinner tomorrow? So, Angelina, what I'm cooking tonight is I have that crab Rangoon on spring roll wrap, which is this bad boy right here. Really nice, really crispy overall. And then I'm also doing a Japanese-inspired fresh salad with a bit of the sesame, what is it called? The Sesame Goma dressing that you see at the sushi restaurants. It's really like, in the mood for some of that. Give that a quick toss. Champorado. Yeah, you're damn right I do. Yeah, exactly. When you're frying, you don't want to add too much in because it'll just cool down the oil and then you're going to be waiting on it to be cooking, okay? So, champorado right there. Where's my lid? No. Oh, here we are. Okay. Yeah, so for something like this, it's always good to have the lid on. And in this case, since I am ultra Filipino, I don't have that other type of, I don't know what that Filipino chocolate milk powder is, but we were able to find the alternative, which is Horlicks. Oh, okay. So you don't serve the spring rolls on top. You serve them just on the side, right? I'm going to plate them, boom, and then you're going to put them directly on the side. But now that they're frying, remember, I'm going to let them fry. I'm going to let them cool down, not to room temperature, but you're going to let them cool down so the inside isn't like just straight napalm, and then you serve it on the side with a little bit of garnish on the side of the salad on the plate. So then it's just like serving. It's the idea of serving, like, say, a salad with garlic bread. Right, so it's not wilting the lettuce or anything like that. So the chocolate mix, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to add that to here. I'm going to let that simmer up.
I think they're more concerned your proximity to your frying pan to where the salad is.
Oh, yeah. No, I wouldn't worry about that. It's still good. I appreciate y'all for looking at that, though.
Yeah.
It's beside the heat. Yeah, you're right. Ovaltine. Yeah. Because we also have like another type of chocolate mix. Yes, honey? I don't know. What do you want?
I don't know.
You let me know what you want for dinner, okay? We also have some salad. Ovaltine. No, I did not add Ovaltine to the salad. I added Ovaltine to the rice that I'm cooking because I'm going to be doing a quick champorado, like a Filipino chocolate rice porridge for dessert. Okay, so I'm gonna let these bad boys cook off. I have them almost to color. Yep, almost. So I'm gonna do those in batches. So again, yeah, it's the color you're getting off of it is very nice. You can see the green onion come through, and it is nice and crispy on the outside, more or less. The center's a little bit on the soft side, so I'm going to leave them in the fryer for a little bit longer as well. I added, what do you call it? Edamame beans. They're basically like peas, but they have a little bit more structure to them, so they don't mushy. They actually have a bit of a crisp, which I find really, really nice. Man, cut one in half. Man, you don't got to tell me twice. All right, let's do that. Just going to give this a quick wipe here. Let's take a look, see what it is. Yeah. Right, cream cheese is nice and melted. Overall, the structure is really nice. It's crispy, yet very supple. It did go all the way through to the second layer, which is nice. So you got that crisp, and the liquid of it is now starting to soften it, which is really nice. Yeah, boom. Okay, and again, since it is like that liquidy, really creamy texture on the inside, always make sure you let that stuff cool down, guys. Right? Don't be eating it directly out of the fryer because you will just blow your whole mouth off. I really enjoyed the bear. Actually, I know a bunch of the guys that are on there, not like personally, but I know of like Matty Matheson, and a couple other guys like Roy Choi and a couple of the other guys that like kind of were on there as like kind of guests. I'm a huge fan of their food. Okay. Oh yeah, starting to get that bubble. Hey, here we go. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh Jesus. Hell yeah. Look at that. Listen. That's what you're looking for. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna give these spring rolls just a quick drain. Let them cool down next to the salad. Okay, I'm gonna put in the last batch of them as well. Boom. Okay, boom, just like that. Beautiful. Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice. Sapporo, I highly recommend. Give it a try, man. Oh, 100%. As well as Jace, if you imagine, like, look at the producers that actually went into making the bear. Look at, like, go online and find out who their food consultants were. Did you ever watch the movie The Menu? They got a wicked chef that consulted on it. She's a French chef out of San Francisco. Her restaurant is, like, one of the best in the city, and is highly regarded as one of the most authentic French cuisines, like, very authentically French, but design wise, plating wise, it's just top notch. To be honest with you, I don't know what the salad's called. I'm just making it up. It's just like it's a Japanese inspired fresh vegetable salad with grapes and segments of orange. Okay, so the filling, it was, so it's fake crab, the cream cheese, green onions, and then on top of that, I put a little bit of sesame oil, some crushed ginger, like ginger paste. I put in a little bit of chili crunch. It's like a chili oil. You can also use sriracha if you want. It's just really to bring up like the spicy, savory element, and a little bit of lemon juice. Okay, so that's going here. Boom. I'm going to add cream to that shortly. Nice. This looks good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this a quick dress. I'm going to add some of the juice like that. Right, I'm going to add some of this Goma dressing as well, just to kind of get it started in terms of flavor. Okay, let's toss that to this guy right here. All right. That's the thing about chefs, man. We're a weird bunch. I can literally look. I remember being in a room with like a whole bunch of Wagyu beef that we can just taste. And, I mean, I've had it before, so it's nothing new to me. Speaking of Wagyu, though, if you guys ever get the money or the chance, like you have a chef friend in the city, I tried this, like, it's now called, it's Wagyu A7, no longer A5, so it's A7. Wagyu beef, which is the rarest, most expensive Wagyu on the planet because there's only on record 5 cows, right? So it came out to something like stupid, like $400 an ounce of beef. I didn't pay for it. My homie brought it in, but like I got to try it. Weirdly insane. Yeah. They have that at Arby's. Can you imagine if Arby's had a Wagyu beef sandwich? That would be fucking crazy, dude. I can only imagine what that would be like. Okay, so let's go ahead on light plating. Nice and easy. So for that, let's do this. Let's go on a... big ass plate. Boom. Okay, give these a quick check. Yeah, they're still a little bit pale, so I'm gonna let those ride out for a little bit longer till I get a little bit of color. The crisp is coming along very nicely though. Okay, and then with your salad, I always recommend, always give it a small pinch of salt. Okay, I'm gonna just go like this. Wow, that's it. Nothing crazy. Okay. And then I'm also gonna hit it with a small hit of, where is it? I also like hitting it with just a little bit of pepper. In this case, I have white pepper. Here you are. Right, and what this does is if you add just a dash of this stuff in, that's it. If you add a dash of this over on top of vegetables, it really helps accentuate the overall presence and savory flavors, and like it brings out the flavor overall. Egg roll wrappers. Yes, you can. A spring roll, I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like kind of very similar, or if not, it's the same. Yeah, but the plates are not thrifted. We actually got them. Where'd you get them? Michael's, yeah? Winners. They were like hella cheap, and like it was like after Halloween, so it's Halloween every day where we are. So yeah, we love skull plates. Okay, so I have my iceberg lettuce, nice and drained. Okay. All right, let's put a nice line of that guy right into the plate. Okay. And then you're going to get it a hit with a little bit of the Goma sauce as well. Where's that? There it is. Right. So when you do your sauces, I always just give it a quick right across. Nothing too crazy. Okay. I'm gonna leave that for a second. Okay. And then you're gonna hit it with your salad mix. Okay. And it might seem like weird that I'm plating it at home, but the one rule of thumb that I've always had, and I always will, is that when you put in, because I'm not serving this to myself, I'm actually going to be giving it to my wife. The real thing is if you put the effort in, start to finish, you can always tell. You can always tell, and the person eating it can always tell as well, right? You just have more satisfaction from giving it to your partner, or whoever you're serving it to, your friends, stuff like that. Okay? So, like that, boom. Let's go with just a little bit more of that vegetable. Okay? So like that. The salad seasoning. Okay, so the seasoning on the salad was just a little bit of sea salt and just a small hint of white pepper. Okay, so again, I'm trying to leave a little bit of space for those spring rolls that I can then just like cut up, leave on the side. Super simple, okay? So then you have all your fresh veg right here, boom. Then I'm gonna move on to my segments of orange, right? Again, you just want to just drape them on. Nothing serious, okay? Just like that. Okay, just like that. And yeah, nice little cloud right there. All right. Then I have, I'm gonna turn this bad boy down just a little bit. Damn, keep rolling. Okay, sweet. And my egg rolls are now starting to get good color. Give that a quick drain. Hey, thank you so much. Christina, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Delicate. Yeah. Yeah, hey, honestly, as long as it's not beige, it's not just a mixture of beige and brown, you know what I mean? That food will always have life to it. Okay, yeah, so I'm not going to be hitting it with sunflower seeds. Jessica, yes, I am a chef. Okay, so I actually have honey roasted peanuts. This will give me that little bit of crunch and, what do you call it? A little bit of crunch and a little bit of sweetness. That is an addition to the Goma dressing, which I find was going to be really nice. Just like that, okay? So, Japanese salad. Again, nothing crazy. It's just that it's nice laid out so that when you take bites of it, you don't have to mix it up. You can just run your fork through really, really nicely. Okay? Right there. And let's go ahead and I'm going to give, let's go with 2 for now because I know she'll probably want a few more, but let's see how she likes it. So, that. And then when it comes to spring rolls, I just go ahead and just give it a cross cut. You can still see all that juiciness and it makes the bite that much easier. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then to finish, I'm thinking just a little bit more green onion just to, you know, give it some of that freshness in there. Okay, just like that. Just a little bit of finely sliced green, just like that. Okay. Again, I love green onions as a garnish because I always felt that parsley, things like that, were a little, like if you're going to have a garnish, it better be like good and edible. If it's not going to be good and edible, damn. Dipping sauce, I don't think you'll need it because the inside of this bad boy is gooey. Like it is gooey. You know what I'm saying? So just like that. And you know what? Just for the fun of it, let's just give it a small drizzle. There you go. Right? So there it is. Crab Rangoon with a Japanese-inspired fresh vegetable salad, finished with the Goma Dressing, right? A little bit of green onions, a little bit of supremed blood oranges, some nice little roasted, honey roasted peanuts, and a little bit of green onion on top, okay? So the way it works on my channel, guys, is that, and I still have my rice pudding going, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to, you guys are going to be able to see that before the stream ends. But just so you guys know, if you guys want a closer look at the food that I make on the stream, I'm going to always be posting the final results on my TikTok page. So if you guys want to see what the food looks like up close and a little bit more in depth at a really quick thing, just make sure to follow my page. I really highly appreciate it as well. Get my likes up. And if you guys get a chance, hit me with a couple fucking gifts or whatever if you want to. I really appreciate that as well. But yeah, I will be posting the dessert, the Rangoon, as well as the salad together, fully plated, on the page as well. So every day that I do a live, you'll see by the end of the night, that will be up there if you're ever curious. As well, if you want the recipe, you want to know anything that I did, you have any inquiries, all that stuff, by all means, leave me a DM. I don't have a crazy amount of followers, right? So, you know, I'm available. I'll always try to make sure that you guys get your answers quick and all that stuff. So if you have any recipe ideas, you guys want to find out anything else about other recipes, or you have recipes that you have in your mind, you're like, it's a little overwhelming for me, how do I break it down? Let me try to help you. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to be here to help you guys out, as usual. Okay, so I'm going to actually, with my champorado, right, like boom. So what this is, it's just, what do you call it? Chocolate. Chocolate rice pudding. So what I'm going to add to it is, since it's on a simmer, I'm just going to go ahead, add cream, let that come up. And I'm going to do this in a couple stages, just like you would like risotto. Okay. All right, so for this right here, I'm going to go ahead and just give this to my partner because she's been waiting on dinner for a little while. So I'm going to get this to her right now. Yes. Okay, boom. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move the oil over just so it's out of the way. I'm going to leave that on as well. I forgot to turn that on. All right. Hey man, if you're ever in the city, you know, we always have the door open, plate ready for anybody that wants to join us. As well, just again, just so you guys know, anyone that's following me or any of you that's going to be following me going forward, just so you know, all the food that I make, I'm going to be always writing down because by the end of the year, I would like to be releasing a cookbook for accessible economic, what do you call it? Accessible. Say again? Yeah, I'm trying to do like accessible, what do you call it? Really easy and economically friendly recipes for a cookbook. As well, to go with the cookbook, I want to pair that with doing something on Patreon. So that way I'm always posting my constant recipes. I have basically a place for my recipes here to go onto the internet. Because remember, all the stuff that I'm doing here is, like I said, more or less theoretical, right? The stuff that I make here is mostly freehand or stuff that I conceptualize during the day. I never really look up any of the stuff that I'm doing. And it's a good place that, you know, we can create a good community, people that can talk about food, like-minded people, all that stuff. So yeah, so just so you guys know, by following the page, you guys will then get to see it slowly come to fruition over the next few months, because that is a project that not only my partner, a lot of people have told me I should be doing. So I'm going to do it this year because I feel like this is a great platform for that kind of stuff. But yeah, again, if you guys get a chance, make sure you guys are following. Hit me with them likes. It helps me in the algorithm, help me find other like-minded people like yourselves who want to watch food, who want to talk about food, and just get down, you know what I'm saying? That is, what do you call it? That's the stuff that I really love. I love meeting new people. And on top of that, if you guys have any suggestions, things like that, going forward, if you guys want to see a recipe made, by all means, I'm trying to do a thing where like the top gifter will then get to be able to request a recipe of their choice on a Thursday or a Saturday cooking live. So I'll be cooking with you, and as well, baked Alaska. Ooh, Chef Nate, you sexy. I haven't done a baked Alaska in so long. 1940 Elizabeth, thank you so much for the live. Monica, okay, so what I I guess you missed it, but what I did make was I got some nice fried crab rangoons in some crispy spring roll wraps. I also did a nice Japanese inspired salad on top of iceberg lettuce with a little bit of the I keep remembering the Goma salad dressing, right? And then for dessert, I'm doing a little bit of Filipino champorado, right? Nice and easy. Chef Nate, thank you so much for the live follow. I appreciate it. Jennifer, thank you so much for the follow as well. You want me to eat one? Here, I'll eat the one that I busted up. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, you definitely don't need a dipping sauce. That's gooey as fuck. Whoa. Huh. Yeah, that's not bad. I didn't add a lot of like citrus, which is really good. Yeah, and also Lynn, just so you know, that was for you. If you have any other requests, by all means, hit me up in the DMs. And Shannon will be in tomorrow with a little bit of these made for you to try out, okay? They won't be perfect because they won't be crispy. Any steakhouse recommendations? Vintage should be pretty good, but I've been hearing a lot of really good things about this place called the 9, or is it the 6? It's like a dinner club. They got some fire menu. They got like some kick-ass what do you call it, high execution type of concepts, and the decor, everything's a real big match, so I would check that out as well. But yeah, Vintage is pretty good. Don't go to Ruth's Chris because that's like an American chain brand. I mean, if you're going to go to a brand chain, just go to the Keg or something like that. But even then, I'm not really a big fan of that. Hey, Mick, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Can't wait to see you guys back on I'll be on Thursday, same time. Chairman's. Oh, yeah. I haven't been to Chairman's. I mean, if you go, honestly, if you want, like, it really depends on, like, what kind of, like, dollar value you're willing to spend. There is quite a few steakhouses downtown. But the one I will say is if you want to sit in a spot that's, like, 1974, go to Caesar's. They got, like, the gnarliest, most old school menu. Because I remember I did a stage there, and I think I worked there for like 2 months. I couldn't take it because it was just not for me. But they have like a menu that literally hasn't changed in like 50 years. It is nuts. Steak at home does hit different, right? Because you know exactly how you're going to cook it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm just going to give this a quick stir so it's not burning to the bottom. Perfect. Gorgeous. Oh yeah. Okay, so now it's starting to take on a bunch of that color. I'm going to add some more cocoa powder to this because damn. And the reason I'm using, guys, if you're ever making like Filipino champorado, the reason I'm using hot cocoa mix is because it has an anticoagulant. What that means is that you get thickness, but it doesn't dry out like cocoa powder does. Cocoa powder literally absorbs water. So that the more cocoa powder you use, the more water gets absorbed into that, and the thicker it gets, and it just becomes dry and chalky. You know what I'm saying? It's like trying to breathe like the air in the desert. You know? Yeah, and you know that guy gets paid. You know that guy gets paid at Caesar's, man. Blow. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to add another Oh, I'm gonna just be generous. Add like 3 huge ass scoops. Boom. Because I'm gonna add more cream to this, so then it just becomes like dank. It just becomes super decadent. Okay. And at this point too, as like the rice is starting to get like cooked and soft and all that stuff, you could also just be adding things like maple syrup or agave syrup or any of your flavored like what do you call them? Like those like flavored syrups that you have at like Starbucks. You can just be adding that stuff in there too, by all means, right? Flavor it how you want. Okay, so then it's starting to boil a little bit, so I'm going to take the edge off that boil with a bit of extra cream, just like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and just so I know, Melanie, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Anybody out there? One thing that was brought to my attention, and I was wondering if you guys would be interested in it. People have inquired as to maybe we'll do a cook with me live segment. Would that interest anybody? So I'll make up a menu item. Tyranny flavored syrup. That'd be wild. Woo. Yeah, I'll make up like a menu item. We'll do like maybe like a dank nachos, or do something really simple that everyone can do. Something that's cost effective that won't cost you a lot of money. And, maybe we'll just sit on live and we'll just cook together. Would you guys be down with that? Because I might try to set that up also in maybe the next couple weeks. I'll most likely do it on a Saturday. So it'll be a Bob Ross with food. Hey, I appreciate you, bro. I don't have that hair though. I really wish. Fire insured? No, man, we'll just use the oven. Real easy, really simple. We'll make some like taco beef. You know what I'm saying? Keep it simple, but if people want to embellish on it, I think it would be a really great way to see each other's food, as well as then you guys will have something really cool to post on your TikToks, tag me in it, and then we'll be able to see what each other's made. You know what I'm saying? The global peace train. Yes, I am in Calgary, sir. Sage, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, man. It's really nice of you to say. But again, I think that's the likes and stuff that's working on the algorithm, right? Because if you like food, I'm here for you. Okay, so perfect. I have the rice is almost there. Yep. Hell yeah. Okay. It definitely needs to be way sweeter though, because like all that chocolate milk powder only goes so far. So I'm going to add in a little bit of granulated sugar. Because again, Filipinos, man, like we like our stuff hella sweet. Okay, here we go. Yeah, motherfucking bone. All right. Yeah, hell yeah. So I'm going to let that reduce down, become ultra thick. Cool. Yo, hey, hit me up in the global peace train. Hit me up in the DMs. I'd like to hear more about this. Nice. Yeah, Maribeth, you know what I'm saying? You like our teeth to hurt a little bit. Even your spaghetti. Yeah. You know what's funny? Hey, Chef Nate, Filipinos bake bread with butter and sugar. Yes. Oh my God, yeah. One of my favorite things was like you take, like you grill your bread, right? Add butter to it, put it back in the pan until it's like melted, you know what I'm saying? And then sprinkle some sugar on that, then turn that back in the pan and melt that. So then it's just like a butter sugar joint. But like what's funny about our spaghetti, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we still got some of that, like that mad Filipino sweet spaghetti sauce, baby. It's actually really good. It's actually really good. It is hella plain. It's like so plain. Like you ever been to Jollibee, got their spaghetti stuff? It's like plain. You got to add stuff to it. Balut, yes. I don't mind balut. I mean, there's a connotation behind it because they used it on like Fear Factor or whatever, but I grew up around it, but then again, keeping in mind, I'm a nose to tail guy. I got used to like at French or like more underground restaurants, we go nose to tail. So we'll eat everything from tail to the ears to the cheeks and stuff like that.
What is the lady's origin like when it's not released?
Say it again.
Not you, David.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm trying not to be on David because you're gonna get background noise and be talking.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna jump off the live in like about 4 or 5 minutes here. I'm just waiting for the champorado to thicken up. I'll plate it and then I can jump off. Yeah, like you. Oh man. Oh man, Sage, I really appreciate it. I do, in fact, really love food. I love everything about it. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I told myself when I was a kid is I would never starve ever again. Yeah, I'm just trying my best to like create foods that it's like, again, super accessible. Everyone can do it. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be afraid of the food that you have, right? And if you only got the food that you have, make do with what you have, right? It doesn't have to be bland. It doesn't have to be boring. Hot dogs are added. Yeah, bullet is definitely an acquired taste for white folks. But to be honest with you, once you get over it, like when you drink the soup, automatically, once you get the flavor, you're like, ooh, it's everything. Yeah, well, because the rest of my family, even my cousins, when they watched that episode of Fear Factor, dude, they were like, this is a stage, right? They're like, oh man, we'd be all over this. Yeah, chicharron ears is fire. I love chicharron, everything, period. I love the more crispy ones, like the really hard crispy ones, without vinegar. I like it just straight up with salt. Salt and maybe a little like squeeze of like lime or like jalapeno juice, right? Just for that flavor. It's so good. From Bobby Lee, yeah. Yeah, hey man, Bobby Lee has he's like, he might be Korean, but like that homie is like Filipino as fuck. He has a lot of Korean Filipino homies. Fear Factor was on Filipino Food Network. Oh no. All right. Yep, so champorado is pretty much done. That's the fastest one I've done in a while. I highly recommend, though, if you're going to do champorado as well, by all means, take your time. Let it cook for like an hour. Nice and slow, right? Really add more cream to it, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, I'm in Calgary. Yeah, you're in Saskatoon. Hey, you starting to get that warm weather too? It's been 5 degrees all day today. But I will say, Saskatoon, I heard their food cultures, like you guys' food scene is starting to come up as well. A lot of like locally sourced kind of jams. The rice, I believe, let me actually check. I think it's jasmine. Nope. It's Indian basmati rice. The reason I like the Indian basmati rice is that if you're going to use it for fried rices, it's unfuck-upable. You can't mess it up, right? You just cook it, let it proof, fluff it, and then the grains fall apart really, really well with the 1-to-1 ratio of water, okay? 1 cup of water, 1 cup of rice, low heat, just let it go. What I like about it for rice puddings is that it contains a medium amount of starch. It's not the most glutinous thing, so you're not getting it clumpy and like super, you got to keep adding liquid to it. It actually stays really firm, but it's ultra soft, and it does inflate, but when you add like your cream and all that stuff, it really stays like fluid, which I really love. Toronto's hitting that blizzard. Hey, oh yeah. Weather's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, you can use pretty much any brand of rice. I do recommend don't use the what is it called? Pre-boiled, because it just doesn't contain enough starch, right? You really want to encompass the amount of starch every time you add liquid. You're going to stir it, and that starch breaks off from the walls of the rice, and that is really parboiled, yeah. And that's what's really going to give you the best Minute Maid. I mean, technically, you could make it work. The thing about those is that if you're still going to make it as very liquidy, you might want to take some of your milk out, warm it up, and then add it to a couple egg yolks, right? Like temper it into your egg yolk so you don't scramble your eggs. Add that back in because basically what you made is a custard, and then put your rice pudding on low after it's all cooked, right? Toss that in and give you the thickness, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no worries, Mick. Hey, again, if you hit me up in the DMs, you have any questions, any inquiries, hit me up. I'll try to answer you as soon as I can, okay, brother? There we go. Yeah, now that's the texture right there, right? So nice, velvety, and it ripples through, so it holds. Yeah, just like that. Boom. Okay, so I'm going to give that a quick plating. Okay, so for this, you don't need a crazy amount. I mean, but the thing is, like, you know, when it comes to Filipinos, we have this lunch, dinner, breakfast even. The only thing we don't do it at breakfast is add an egg to it. Okay, you're just gonna hit it with some of that. Boom. Okay, just gonna wipe the rim. Okay. Nice and simple, all right? And then, the thing that would actually just set it off, in all honesty, chocolate rice pudding, man. Right? Yeah, no name long grain. I mean, it works. You know what I'm saying? It works. Yeah, okay, so then I have these. These are Skor pieces. So it's the inside of the Skor bar, the caramel, comes out like that. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add that on top of the champurrado. Boom. I'm adding quite a bit of it, right? And then you're gonna hit it with a maybe, yeah, just a little bit, just shh. Gonna add just a little touch, right, of the honey roasted peanuts, and that is what will finish off the champurrado. All right, boom. Torch it. Fucking tell me how to have a good time. Keeping in mind, these don't really burn that well, but it does sit really well on top of the rice, I'll be real. Yeah, I'm not going to char it too much because I have the peanuts on there and those things burn real easy. So I'm just going to give that a couple quick chars here and there. Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Right? You can see a little bit of char on the inside, right? The peanuts are slightly roasted on the outside with a little bit of that char flavor. So as you go, give it a couple cuts through, you'll get like all these different flavor profiles that go with it. Awesome. But that's pretty much it for the live, guys. I really appreciate you guys for joining me. Thank you so much. And again, you know, I mean, if you guys are new here, anything like that, we're trying to do food 3 times a week. I'm trying to help you guys up your cooking game as well, all that I can. As well, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, requests, stuff like that, hit me in the DMs. By all means, I'll try to help you guys out as soon as I can or whenever I can. But yeah.
So that then puts you standing in front of the top.
Craig Bustaman, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, and as well, make sure you guys are hitting me with those likes. If you guys want, you can leave me some gifts. I'd really appreciate that as well. But by doing both those things, helps me stay in the algorithm, puts me in front of people like yourselves, like-minded, loving people that all love food, love talking about food, food culture, recipes, food culture, and restaurants, like stuff like that. Awesome. Right on, right on. Make sure to follow as well if you guys haven't, so you can stay up to date on anything that's coming up in the future, for anything that I might do that's a little bit different from our regular live. As well, every single night that I do these lives, I'm going to be taking pictures of the final product, and I'm going to be posting the video on my TikTok page so you guys can get a closer look at what we did during the live, all right? Thank you. I appreciate you guys for coming out. I really do. It's good to see you guys again. Sage, have a great night. Monica, Terry Ann. Oh, how come I can't? There you go. Chef Nate, Lynn, Kat, Nanners, Caitlin. Y'all have a great night. Mick, thank you so much for coming through. Yeah, and whoever else, Maribeth, whoever else is in here, man. I appreciate y'all for throwing down and showing up for me. I really do. So you have a good rest of your night. I'll catch you guys next week or later this week. All right, peace.